All right, my friends, welcome back to a new week. We are going to keep talking about wetlands this week. We're going to talk about plants in a wetland this week. So, today we are going to read just a few pages from a book called Plants by Melissa Stewart. We're going to read about roots and stems and leaves and then seeds, and then we'll stop there. And then you have a cool activity to do today. So we're going to learn about kind of the parts of a plant. I want you to keep in mind that there are kind of specialized plants that live in a wetland. And those plants have to be able to live in really, really wet soil. So you can see here in this picture, this is not super wet soil. It's pretty firm around this parsnip. In a wetland, the soil is much looser, and so different kinds of plants survive there, but the same ideas apply. Okay? So, roots, stems, and leaves. Most plants have roots, stems, and leaves. A plant's roots hold it in place in the ground. Roots also absorb or take in water and minerals from the soil. A plant cannot grow without water and minerals. The roots of some plants store food. A plant's stem gives it support. Tubes in the stem of most plants carry water and minerals from the roots. Okay, so these are the roots down here, and they soak up water and minerals from the soil, and then they send them up the stems to the different parts of the plant. So now you can see the roots and the stems, and then here you can see the leaves, right? And here you've got a stem and then a flower. That's another part of a plant. And plants don't have flowers all of the time, but it is an important part to know. So it goes up the stem to the leaves, those water and nutrients that come up from the roots in the soil. Another set of tubes moves food through the plant. All plants make their own food. When sunlight hits the leaves of a plant, photosynthesis takes place. Photosynthesis is the way a plant makes food. During photosynthesis, energy from the sun, carbon dioxide from the air, and water combine to form sugar. Photosynthesis also makes the oxygen you breathe. Wouldn't it be cool if our bodies could make our own food? That's how plants work. They make their own food in their leaves and sometimes in their stems by converting carbon dioxide, which is what we breathe out, and sunlight. And then they make a sugar that they eat and they breathe out oxygen, which we need. Isn't that cool how that works? Plant leaves come in many different sizes and shapes. Maple leaves have large, wide leaves. This is important because these trees often live in shady forests. The big leaves help maples collect all the sun energy they need. Cacti live in hot, dry deserts. They have thin, sharp spines. The spines protect cacti from enemies. Maple trees and cacti are made in ways that, oh, there's a picture of a maple leaf or a maple tree with its big leaves. There is a pine tree with different kinds of leaves, right? So they're made in ways that help them grow in their habitats. A maple tree would dry up and die in a desert. A cactus could never live in a cool, shady forest. The kind of plants found in a habitat depends on the place's temperature and the amount of water it gets. The kind of soil is also important. Plants to seeds to plants. So now we're going to kind of look at the life cycle of a plant. A plant uses the food it makes during photosynthesis to grow. Many plants also use food energy to make beautiful flowers. When flowers bloom, they attract bees, butterflies, and other insects. These insects sip the sugary nectar that a plant makes and stores inside its flowers. The insects also pick up bits of pollen. So there is a butterfly and a bee. And see, it lands on a flower to get the nectar, but it picks up bits of pollen on its body. Oops, went too far. The powdery pollen falls off of its body as it moves to the next flower. Some grains of pollen fall deep inside of the flower. Then the flower makes seeds and turns it into fruit. So to make seeds, a flower needs pollen from a different flower. And as bees and birds and butterflies move from flower to flower, they pick up pollen from one flower and bring it to the next flower so that all of the flowers can have the pollen that they need to make seeds. Then those seeds get kind of wrapped in fruit. Many animals like to eat fruit. When a bird eats a juicy raspberry and then flies away, it carries the raspberry seeds to a new place. The seeds pass through the bird's digestive system and land on the ground. If the soil is rich and moist, some of the seeds sprout and grow into new raspberry bushes. All right, so that is our life cycle of a plant, and that is the kind of how the parts of the plant work together. Now you're going to go do your activity. Have fun with that and have a great day.